Hello fellow Star Wars fans, my name is Star Raptor and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to talk about the motherlode of Star Wars comics. We have a new record of 6 comics out the same day. I don't know what Marvel is thinking, putting these all out in the same day, but we're going to go through them a little bit quicker than we usually do because we have so much to get through. So first off, we're going to be talking about an adaptation. This is the Mandalorian issue number 8. So simply put, if you have watched the finale of season 1 of The Mandalorian, you know exactly what's in this book. Overall, The Mandalorian stories, I was disappointed. I think we should have had at least a little bit of extra stuff, but we did not, but at least the artwork looks cool, so this one is good for collectors. Next up, we have one from Dark Horse. This one is the much delayed Star Wars the Hyperspace Stories issue number 4. In this one, it takes place during the sequel trilogy era. We have Rey, we have Chewbacca. They're on Kashyyyk in between Last Jedi and The Rise of Skywalker, and it is during Life Day. And then we have this bounty hunter that tries to get one up on Rey, and Rey is able to defend this person, and then actually invites them to this party on Kashyyyk, and then they all get along. And then there's the one connective tissue which I really like, which is this Wookiee doll that we've seen from the very first issue with the one set in the prequels with Anakin and with Padme, and that was a handed down heirloom from this older Wookiee. Well, it comes around full circle when Rey actually gives this Wookiee doll back to, I believe it was the daughter of the senator that gets killed at one point. So very cool to see that whole story kind of come around full circle, whether it be from the prequels to the original trilogy to the sequel trilogy. Getting back into Marvel, we are in the High Republic with the Blade issue number 3. This is that awesome story about the Blade of Bardotta and his sister Barash, and we actually find out exactly why they're brother and sister. So I thought that was very interesting because obviously they're completely different species. One is a Kashyyyk and the other is a Kruku or whatever they're called. But it was interesting to see how that happened in the flashback, but also the contemporary story in the modern day is there's this big conflict on this planet, these two different warring cities, if you will, and one is saying this one's responsible for this whole matter, and the other is like, no, we're not. So basically, Blade of Bardotta, Porter Engle is defending this city, and it's really up to him at the end of this issue. He is the sole defender of the city. They've broken through the walls, and that's how we leave off with the, basically the conclusion is going to happen in issue 4 coming out next month. So a lot of exciting lightsaber combat is about to hit the fan, but this one is a lot more of a mature story that we haven't gotten in Star Wars for a while, so it's pretty cool, at least with the comics. Getting into Star Wars issue number 32, we are still in no space, and the rebels are trying to figure out a way out, and it's up to Chewie, who has found a connection between the path engine that they actually have that crashed on their ship. So now Leia is able to convince this leader of these people in no space to let them get a ship to go back there. So that's where this story goes, is we have Luke trying to get that Jedi textbook that has almost fallen off of the no space Great Hall platform that the Niles used to use. So there's this really, threatening mission where you have the kill droids that were left by the Nile 200 years prior, as we've seen in phase 1 of the High Republic. So it's really up to these people to get this. They got the drive, they got the, but we have Luke that couldn't get the book, and he's getting crushed by the kill droid, but he has gotten stronger in the Force. So that was what happens in that one. Next up, big one here. Hidden Empire issue number 4 out of 5. This is the penultimate issue of the series, and this is where all the pieces on the chessboard are all on the move, all where they need to be. We have Qi'ra, who's drawing everybody to the Fermata Cage. She wants to kill Emperor. She wants to kill Palpatine. She has gotten everybody to this one planet because we found out the Fermata Cage needs to use dark side energy. So what better place than the place that the Drengir, the dark side planets of the High Republic, settled on? So they go to the Amaxine Station to draw Palpatine and the Emperor. Meanwhile, Qi'ra knows they're going to get a lot of heat, so she sends her entire Dawn fleet, and that's where it intersects with the Executor of the Empire. So this huge epic battle. The Dawn fleet is able to destroy the long range weaponry of the Superstar Destroyer, so it can't just destroy this station. So they have to send down Vader and Emperor. They're going to deal with their own dirty work here, and that's where we end off with that issue. And finally, last but not least, we have Han, Solo, and Chewbacca. This is issue number 10, the final issue of this maxi series here. And in this one, we have Han dealing with this urn that we know has the character of Ajax Sigma, who it's got the neuro implant or neuro brain basically of this creature, of this droid. So we end up getting this big climax of all these different people, from Kel to, you know, Han Solo's fake dad, to this lawman guy, and everything is fighting. We don't know who's fighting who at certain points, and that's where I don't like this issue very much, is because it did seem like it went through a little bit too quick for me. But by the end of this thing, Jabba gets literally the ashes of his adversary, which he originally wanted, but he didn't tell anybody that he wanted the droid brain. That is the crazy droid that is going to see in foreshadowing that it's going to take over the entire empire to Return of the Jedi era. And we see that Han Solo actually buries, along with Chewie, they bury the neural cortex of Ajax Sigma in the dirt there. So, yeah, I wasn't really a fan of how this ended. It seems like it could have been another 2 or 3 issues to really like have nice pacing. The pacing was just really too quick for me in this one. But overall, very enjoyable story. And I guess its purpose was to just introduce Ajax Sigma and the significance and why everybody wants him. So there you go. I just recapped all of those comics in under 7 minutes. What'd you think about all these? Which one was your favorite? And hopefully Marvel doesn't do this ever again, because I like talking more in detail about these comics, but it's kind of hard to focus when you have 6 of them to talk about at the very same time. So for more on Star Wars, more on The Mandalorian, I've begun my coverage on The Mandalorian Season 3 on the channel. So if you like that, like my comic talk, and you're already subscribed, then go ahead and subscribe. Hit that bell icon to be notified when future videos go up. That is good to do for me, Star Wars. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you always. Thanks for checking out the video. Please hit that thumbs up symbol. It helps me know that I'm making content that you guys enjoy. And if you enjoyed this video, I also include 2 videos down below you guys should check out. And please consider subscribing to this channel. It helps support me, and it notifies you guys of when I get new videos up on the channel. You can also contact me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at StarRaptor.